Avatar: The Last Airbender has been blowing up recently. That is most likely due to it being on Netflix again, and I mean, almost every single anime YouTuber is talking about it, so I decided to hop onto the trend and try to milk, But on a serious note though, I wanted to make more videos about Avatar: The Last Airbender. But the issue here is that many people have made videos talking about different aspects of the show. Don't get me wrong, most of these videos were really well made, even better than my own videos. I know, it's very hard to believe. It's just hard for me to find an original subject to talk about. I mean, one of the main reasons I made an Avatar tier list video is because not many people made one, at least at the time of recording it. So, what did I do? I decided to make a video about the Netflix live action series. I know, it's a totally original idea. I'm basically the first person that made a video about this, and I want this to be more of a chill discussion video, so leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you excited for the live action series? And vice versa. I would love to talk to you guys. And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Ah yes, for the past couple of years, one thing I learned is that anime and Netflix don't go well together. Play the montage. So let's just say I'm not expecting a lot from the adaptation. Don't get me wrong, I want the live action series to do well. It's just that I won't get my hopes too high for it, since the last time they attempted that, it wasn't the best to say the least. I remember when I was a kid, I watched this movie when it was first released. I think I was about 7 years old, and as you guessed, I can't remember anything about the movie. But what I've heard from talking to different people and by reading some reviews online, the movie was basically trash. I don't get why some companies need to make a live action movie / series for a trending cartoon. Well, I mean, I kinda do. A lot of them just want, you guessed it, money. Some live action adaptations actually were really good, but sadly that's not the case for most of them. A lot of the time, the adaptations are just a quick cash grab. If I sound a bit ranty, I do apologize. I made a video about a year ago basically ranting on Disney, so if you'd like to hear a man-child complaining about cartoons, I'll leave it in the top right corner. The quality of the video isn't that good, but I do make some good points here and there. And yes, I know that the people who worked on the Avatar movie aren't the same dudes who'd work on this upcoming show. I just can't help but have doubts. As for the actors, this will most likely be the hardest part in my opinion, cause they need to hire people who look like the OG cast, not exactly of course, but to the point where I can say, oh, that's Aang, and that's Sokka, and of course if you have at least one brain cell, you would know that the Avatar universe is heavily inspired by the Asian culture. So that means I would prefer if the actors were Asian. But Soap, that's kinda racist, a random snowflake might be saying. No. Facts don't care about your feelings. Get destroyed! Jokes aside, the reason I wanted them to be Asian is because I want the adaptation to be as close as the OG show. It'll be weird seeing a white guy in Ba Sing Se or any other race. It's like seeing Asians in a Western cowboy movie. And if that's the case, you'll probably see this.
Hey you! See you again.
I think The Last Airbender takes place more or less around East Asia, and one thing I was really impressed by the Avatar movie back in 2010 is that IRL Aang looks almost identical to the cartoon. It's actually surprising how some of the characters from that movie looked quite similar to the original cast, and also their voices have to sound somewhat similar to the characters, and on top of that, they need to know martial arts. And yes, I'm serious here, cause fun fact, in The Last Airbender, they don't just kick and punch randomly. Each element in The Last Airbender represents a martial art style. Waterbending is Tai Chi, earthbending is Hangar, firebending is Shaolin Kung Fu, airbending is Ba Gua Zhang. I know, I'm basically Chinese at this point. I mean, they could always hire daredevils, which would be even harder. So just to recap, they need actors that look like the OG cast, the voices must be somewhat similar, and on top of that, they need to know martial arts. So let's just say it won't be an easy task, and from what I've searched online, there aren't any confirmed actors yet. But if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section down below. As for the CGI, I expect it to be top notch, especially with the recent live action films. The animation looks so cool. That is one of the few things I actually like about these live action remakes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that there isn't an official release date yet. If I were to make a guess, the live action series would probably be out at the end of next year. In Avatar, there were about 61 episodes, and each episode was about 20 minutes, and from what I know, I don't think each episode in the live action series will be 20 minutes, because frankly, the production costs would skyrocket. So my guess is that each season, they'll make a couple of episodes, so maybe 3 or 4 per season, and each episode would be around 40 minutes, I'm guessing, because usually in Netflix shows, they are usually that long. And what I'm hoping for is that they add to the story, because I don't want it to be like the Lion King remake, because in the movie, you just basically copy and pasted the scenes from the OG Lion King and basically made it into a remake, which is extremely lazy. So I'm wishing that in the new live action series, they might add new scenes, maybe a bit more context to some of these stories, if that makes any sense. Basically, I don't want it to be a one-for-one copy from the cartoon. And yeah, that's basically it. Overall, I'm looking forward to this adaptation, but I won't get my hopes too high. I really hope that this turns out well. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you'd like to support me, a subscription would mean a lot. So anyways, my name is Soap, and I'll see you in another video. Hey you, do you have friends? Do you have a family? Why not join the most epic Discord server in the world? You can message me, chat with others, and talk about soap.
You know how much you mean to me. Why